Hey everybody, welcome to Trekyards. He's Commander Cox.
He's got a Foley. Are you okay, Stuart?
I'm running a little low on energy. I don't feel so great.
Stuart, you need to go to a gas station. I think a fuel station. Maybe some donuts, some Chinese food, some wontons,
And just do donuts around the gas station. Just collect all the gas that's on the ground. Yeah.
And by donuts, you mean deuterium, of course.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best fuel source, don't you know?
It powers everything from you to spaceships.
Yeah.
But not Bender, because he needs alcohol. Alcohol makes you sleepy, Stuart. What are we doing today, Stuart?
Today we're talking about the Deuterium collector that we see in the latest episode of Strange New Worlds, episode 6 of season 2, Lost in Translation. We get to see an actual Starfleet gas station, essentially.
Well, gas mine.
And both.
Both.
It's a mine, it's a refinery, and it's also probably a distribution system. So,
although, I'm going to be honest with you, Stuart. I watched the episode and I thought, oh, that's the collector from Insurrection. That's all I kept seeing. I am sorry. It's not trying to be. We'll see if it's close or not, but I kept seeing that.
Yeah. That's okay. You know what I saw? I saw the thing from Secret of Vulcan Fury, which is a unreleased game from the 90s, which had like a space station kind of thing, but it looked very similar. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Wonder if they're using that as like a reference. So yeah, I feel your pain.
Twist if it was. But yeah, no, this is it's a MacGuffin station in the episode, spoilers, Deuterium Nebula / anomaly, and there are life forms that live in it. Very classic Trek. And I would assume they've been building this thing for years.
Because as you can see, at the most. They said it was supposed to be online months ago. They've been having issues, so they needed, yeah.
Because as you can see on the top picture, you can see 2 other Starfleet ships next to the station, and scale-wise, I mean, that's easily 10 sources worth of length. Just the middle bit, and I don't think it's warp capable. I mean, this thing is going to be... But they did say explicitly, this is the edge of space, edge of our colonies, start of the next generation of development of exploration in this space. So this is going to be a multi-year project because it's that important.
It's a jumping off point for the rest of the quadrant. Yeah. Those ships are very hard to see. They're really going to zoom in on those. Wow. But yes, there are 2 there. The one's the Farragut. I don't know what the other one is. And then there's also a single nacelle one we see later.
Yeah, it's funny because in the episode, Pike's a fleet captain to get around a giant plot problem. And they say him and the Farragut. There's like 6 ships there right at the end, but they're so small to the station, you'd be forgiven to never notice them. I mean, it's also a very dense scene. There's literally something to see everywhere, right? And I've also brightened this up as well, as I always do. So I get people who might think, oh, wow, there's only one thing. Which also, if there's 7 ships and 7 crews trying to fix it, that's a lot of engineering personnel.
Well, they said only 3 crews. Una said there's 3 crews now. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe the artists thought, hey, we'll add more stuff. So what do you think of the design then? You've got the top, which is the back, up and down space. You've got the control bit and the bit that actually extends and picks up the gas, I guess.
Actually, as soon as you asked me that question, I immediately thought, wow, this thing looks like the ship from Life Force, the movie Life Force. The alien ship they find. But anyway.
And the bottom view looks like the track train Tron that opens up. The first one.
Yeah. What? Wow. No, I never really considered what a deuterium mining facility would look like. It is neat that it's kind of like a huge collector, which just like a sail that scoops things in, I guess. I wouldn't necessarily peg this as a Star Trek design, especially Starfleet. Yeah,
it's Starfleet core of mining. It's not exactly in the same logic. I mean, it's like there's that weird repair tractor beam ship in DS9 that looks nothing like a Starfleet ship because it's super specialist. Yeah. So now I'm assuming that it's grabbed by the big sail, it's processed in the middle bit, and then it gets sent up to the top bit where ships dock on and get fuel. Although I say that, but there's only one very small gangway. Well, I say small, it's obviously half the size of a saucer, but where's the fuel go? What is that thing at the top? What is this? What is going on?
Well, they look like tanks. They look like that's where they would be stored. It's pumped down the pipe to the tanks. It's what it looks like to me.
So it makes sense to to fuel farther away from the station.
Or store it farther away and then pump it back. Because it looks like the other ships are docked about around the ring. At least one of them could be like... So maybe it's stored up there, pumped down to the ships as needed. I don't know. That's a good question.
Although it would make sense that you would keep different refining elements and parts of the process away from each other just to allow for maximum... especially since I'm sure they're all rather giant. I mean, this isn't just... a small solar panel on your house to deliver one person's electricity. This is a fleet support for decades or 10 minutes, as the episode gave us.
This is a gas station, multiple pumps. It just picture a big truck stop gas station.
Yeah. It's a truck stop gas station in the middle of LA with prime real estate. Like, yep, this is going to do, lots of things. But of course, the next ship. Well, you could talk about the next shot, Stuart. This is for you.
Yeah, this is from Secret of Vulcan Fury. Again, an unreleased game from the 90s. It was very promising, written by DC Fontana. It never came out. But anyway, in the trailer for it, there was a lot of really cool footage. This is one of the things. It's a space station, an array. I'm not really sure. Didn't get the whole story from the trailer. But when I first saw the station in this episode, I thought of this. It's a little bit different than what I remembered it looking like, but it's still got the fanned out appearance and just kind of has the same kind of vibe at least. But yeah, I remembered orange on the station, but I could have just been misremembering. So I thought the sails were actually much more similar than they actually are. So,
well, it's quite a niche reference, Stuart. What's quite a pull it out of the back pocket sort of. It's like for that one trailer that only 4,000 people have seen.
I did a whole video on the Secret of Vulcan Fury. Look it up. Trekyards, Secret of Vulcan Fury, and watch it because it's one I'm really proud of too.
It's good. My one, however, I think it looks like the Insurrection Collector. Now, I've got two views of it, but let's be honest. Anything with a solar sail style design is going to be on a similar pathway because it has to have sails that tend to be orange every time.
Yeah, even the Bajoran sailor. Yeah,
even the ship from season 1, it was a same sailor, and they have to have therefore the arm connective metal to connect everything and make. It's gonna feel similar, right? But this is also a collector, and that's also a collector, and I see a lot more parallels here.
Yeah, this is a particle collector for the elements around the planets, which were unique. But it has the very same kind of structure: the big collector, and then the long, kind of refinement or like. Whatever area in the middle.
Well, yeah, they're just to grab the particles and then hold it because they can't make them and they can't refine them. It's just God particles. And the next shot is the front view, which is very similar, although certainly highlights the limited CGI ability of that film company because that texturing is Samuel level and that ain't good. Still cool. I've always liked this design though. I think it really is quite a fun, simple design. I've always liked it.
I'm not a huge fan of seeing sails in space, and I get it. It's actual technology that they can employ. And for all mankind, they use them as well, and they do always look very similar. But I mean, they're to grab solar particles and either move a ship or collect things. So,
I guess they're designed to be a particle hits them and then moves down, and because it's so giant, it collects many. Because Bassards do the same thing. Why is this more effective than Bassard? Obviously, it's bigger, because you don't have a giant Bassard. Although I guess a Bassard takes energy. This is passive, isn't it? So you can get more particles without using energy. Vice versa is actually pulling in. I mean, work for a reason. But yeah, pretty close, I think. Now, what's interesting, though, as I was looking, so pretty sure they did a funny.
No. So they took the Starbase One from Discovery and just added stuff to it.
Because that's the same station they dock at every episode.
Okay, and then added stuff to it, modified it. Wow. Yeah, that's clearly the same. Wow.
Way less cool now, eh?
They're being smart with their assets. What can I say?
Smart.
It's fine. It's fine.
It also explains why it's absolutely insanely giant. Because it's bigger than Earth's largest space station. Because it is Earth's largest space station plus sails and more. At least I've kept the scale consistent because that is the correct scale for the ships. But I mean, you always see the ship, the station from the arm level with the big giant domes. It's a shot from Star Trek Online, which obviously is a nice clear view. So you never see it really from this perspective. So I get most people wouldn't register it, and you add a few things. I mean, sure, you've got a working station design, but yeah, talk about saving asset to the absolute cheapest degree. And obviously, you make one cell, you've made 4. You make one pipe, you've made 4. I mean, and you can tell just from the zoom in that all those tanks, the same tanks, big and small, they've just scaled them. So, I mean, honestly, this is a half-a-day kit bash, and it works. It's just funny when I realised it, Stuart, last minute. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I had no idea. Wow, it's interesting. I mean, you got to give them props for kind of saving time and money and effort just by doing that, but...
Because fundamentally, it's not important, the station. Let's just get out of the way, sort of thing.
And earlier I was saying, oh, it doesn't feel at all Star Trek or Starfleet. Oh, wait, it's Starbase One.
It's been lots of episodes, Stuart. You saw it last week and 2 weeks ago and 4 weeks ago and last season.
You never really see the whole thing, though. You always see like close-ups of it. So don't knock me for that, man.
And it was in Discovery too. So there you go. I blew mine at the last second. Yeah. Deuterium Collector. Repurpose Starbase 1.
And then gets blowed up real good. Anyway, guys, comment down below what you thought about this in the episode. Did you realize that it was Starbase 1? By all means, let us know in the comment section anything you want to tell us or just others in the community. We really appreciate it. And speaking of the community, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any content. And ring that bell notification icon. Set it to all. That way you really won't miss any content if YouTube does what it's supposed to do, which it never does. So, you got more of a leg up to see more content from us if you do hit it, but it's YouTube, so we can't promise anything.
And if you can support what we do here, you can support us monthly via Patreon via Patreon or join the channel. Both are monthly, both are wonderful, both help the support to make sure we can keep going, keep supporting, keep stuff like this, breaking your mind, as we do here with these designs. Or one-time donations via Super Chat on live, Super Thanks on any video, or PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com. Each and all help. And you want to be in that fleet. We know you do. Yeah.
Now, watch the fleet video at the end of this episode. You'll see people's names. You can be in there. Do it. Yeah. So until next time, he's Commander Cockins.
He's Foley.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.